try to give like a detailed account of what's happened as far as the paranormal stuff from the time you moved into the present. Mm-hmm. And we'll start with you, Erica, first, if you would like.
Well, we moved in here, it was in the summertime. We didn't have any electric or anything on. Mm-hmm. And just kept hearing weird noises in the kitchen.
Like
and
what
at the
exactly?
time, his brother was living here at the time. Mm-hmm. And he went out back and he brought up this metal thing, had pennies in it. Never been opened, never. So he gave it to me and said, "Here you go." So I just took it and put it up and set it on the counter in there for a while. Never bothered it. And then, you know, things started, you know, progressing, hearing different noises and stuff. And there was one night he was sleeping in the bedroom and he heard the banjo play. And his brother said that he had saw some people walking out in the yard back here. But when he went out there, there was nobody there. And so, you know, ever since then, we've been hearing like different noises and things, like people or something, like slamming in there in the kitchen, or, you know, somebody's walking up and down the steps or upstairs. Well, my son, his brother moved out and my son moved in. And he went to the room on the far side upstairs, and he said that he had felt like somebody was over top of him, made him where he couldn't breathe. And then he saw like this apparition of an old woman, like right here in his face. He said he couldn't see her face because it was distorted, but he could see the outline of her and everything, and it was an old woman in a robe. And it scared him, and he refused to go upstairs. From then on, we've been hearing just off and on noises, like I said. I hear noises all the time. And in my bedroom at night, I feel like somebody's like right there in my face. And it's just always right there. So in the kitchen at night, you'll hear like people messing around in there, something banging real hard. Or like somebody's messing with the drawers in there, or hearing like the silverware moving around in the drawers. Well, after my son moved out, my mother-in-law and her husband moved in, and they slept in the left far side of the upstairs bedroom. And her husband said that he had saw a old woman, and it was an apparition of an old woman, and he said her face was distorted and he couldn't see it. And I never said anything to him about this old lady. And he said he saw the apparition go from the bedroom to the other bedroom. But then there was another night he said that he had seen her again, and she had said to him, "I don't like this bedroom. I don't like this room." And upstairs in the bedroom on the wall there is an outline, looks like a watermark. Wasn't there before, but he said that he saw her apparition on that area, and it hasn't went away. It's still there. And that's why we're here. You're here today.
Understandable with all that going on.
Yeah.
Seth, besides the banjo, anything at all?
Just weird noises all around. Thought I heard like a pop can blowing up one night outside.
What, like in the middle of the night?
Yeah, 11:30, 12 o'clock at least.
Okay.
I thought somebody was out maybe messing around, so I walked the premises and didn't see nothing.
Right.
Didn't even see no pop cans in the ditch line.
Right. Haven't seen anything with your eyes?
No.
Okay. Any strange dreams?
No.
Okay. Have you experienced anything that you would consider paranormal before you've moved in here?
No, I haven't.
No, I can't say that I have.
Nothing
How about
this.
you, Erica? Anything like this at all? So this is definitely seems like it's out of the ordinary.
Right.
All right. See, because that would be important to me. Because if someone claims to see and experience all kinds of things everywhere, that would be a lot different. Mm-hmm. But since you guys are only experienced it since you've been here, that's more significant to me, as far as a haunting at this place. Okay. I want you to tell me about how you heard the story of a family burial plot on this property. Tell me that story.
I'll let him tell you that.
Okay.
Like I said, my uncle owns the place.
Mm-hmm.
And the workers that he got working for him and everything helped him out around here. And they're the ones that told me about the graveyard being out there. Told me that he bulldozed it over. So,
wow.
I don't know if that's got anything to do with it or not.
Well, you believe him.
Yeah, I believe it.
You don't think there's any reason why he would just give you that information, like, to scare you, or...
No.
What's important to me as far as what you're experiencing is that you think that it's giving you the impression that you use the word evil or angry with me. Now, kind of elaborate with me on that, like the feelings you may get or the impressions you may get from the presence.
Usually like when I'm just watching TV, I'm fine. But then I'll start getting like really angry for no reason. And then it'll change from angry to hate. And then there's times that it goes from hate to like a sorrow, like I'm sad and I want to cry type feeling. And I took the initiation to record on my phone, which you have heard.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's what I got from it. It wasn't nothing evil in the recording, but the feelings I was getting just sitting in that chair alone was enough for me. And then there was an incident, I was sitting on the couch, and it smelled like a manure, but it was a very nasty smell. But it had like a manure smell to it. And it was just right there. So I got up and went and smelled all the drains in the house, kitchen and the bathroom and everything. Walked outside, there was no smell. I come back in here, I very faintly smelled it. It lasted 3 seconds and it was gone.
That is weird.
But it was nowhere else around the house.
Nothing like that with you.
It was just right here.
No.
Right here.
And you haven't had any bizarre dreams that would be outside the realm of a normal nightmare.
I've been having some weird dreams. Now, I am actually talking to someone and I'm trying to figure out if it's a night terror or if it is something to do with the house.
Okay.
So I've been having some weird dreams, yes.
Let's see.
The most I ever had was the hair on the back of my neck stand up. I don't know what caused it, but at one point in time I had the hair on the back of my neck standing straight up. Like cold chill almost.
For no reason whatsoever. What is your number one goal for me being here this evening? What if there was one thing that you wanted me to help you do, what would it be?
It's to get rid of whatever's here.
You want me to get rid of it?
At least try to calm it down, get it to stop, something.
Or at least understand why it's doing what it's doing.
Yeah, what does it want?
Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you I cannot promise you that I can get rid of it. But what I can try to do, and I'm kind of confident to tell you that I can do, is try to establish some type of communication, and if I can't, maybe try to find information about who it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at this stage of the game. Now, with my first visit here, I did a little bit of snooping around, used some devices, and it did seem like there was a male and female presence, predominantly female, especially upstairs. We did find out that the change stash, or the little piggy bank, whatever you want to call it, that was dug up out in the backyard, it did seem like it did not like that, and it wanted you to return it. And after you returned it, it seemed like that helped.
It calmed down for a while, for like a month, and then it just started back again.
Okay. Do you think that there's anything that triggers it at all? Like anything that happens domestically, or weather, or anything you can think of that triggers anything other than the penny thing?
I can tell you, like, if me and him are in an argument, and it'll be the next day later, it's like it starts.
Really?
Yeah, and it just continues and continues for like 3 or 4 days.
What about you? Do you have that impression at all?
No. I really don't pay attention to it. I mean,
right. I understand that. But it's if you don't think it's that has anything to do with it, that's important, as far as what you experience. Now, like I said before, men are much naturally, puts up a guard, tries not to linger on it and obsess about it that much. But, if something obviously, if you're trying to figure out what made that burst noise or what played the banjo, you're probably trying to think to some degree what could have caused it or triggered that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just, interested if you think if anything at all.
No, I've heard, the footsteps when we're just sitting around watching TV, calm, happy-go-lucky. Might hear footsteps upstairs or something along the lines of that. But as far as the banjo, I don't even know if you could make something up like that.
I don't either. I know there's been some repairs and changes to the house. Does that seem like that's done anything at all? Maybe triggered anything or anything at all?
Personally, I feel like it's made it a little bit worse than what it was before. Because beforehand, when we first moved here, there was some stuff going on. Mm-hmm. But now it seems like it's a little bit more forceful and consistent.
Okay. Is there any time of the day that seems like it happens more? Or is it like it could happen at any time?
Around 9 o'clock at night.
Usually at nighttime.
Okay.
Later in the evening.
Okay. Because if that's right around the time that it happens, I would probably want to be here at that time.
Right.
Okay. So if that's something that you want me to do, I will do that. Because if it happens more at 9 o'clock, naturally you would want to be here at 9 o'clock to see if there's anything going to happen.
Well, that's from 9 on.
Right.
Like I said,
it can be any time after 9 o'clock. It'll start.
Because you mentioned, some things happen late.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It's like I was in bed at 11 when I heard 11:12 when I heard the banjo.
Yeah.
Do you have any impression at all as something's trying to communicate with you or disturb you or anything? Do you think there's any motive behind it?
I think so.
What do you think?
I don't think anything's out here to hurt us.
No,
right. Okay.
But they want us to know they're here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you think that, and I would be inclined to agree with you, I would think that if you opened up some kind of channel of communication, that it would take that opportunity to communicate. Now, so far since I've been here, it seems like there may be something here that wants to communicate. So we'll go from there. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to add?
I forgot to mention I seen the apparition get from the kitchen to the living room.
Right.
It was
the shadow
just an outline, but it wasn't. I didn't see what Larry saw or what my son saw, but
right. Okay. Well, thanks very much for doing this.